Hello, fellow fish nerds, and happy Friday to you. Once again, it's another special edition of freezing cold Friday. Actually, it's 40 degrees, it's not below freezing. Although there is snow on the ground once again in Richmond 2 weeks in a row. That's strange, that's rare. Although this time you might hear in the background and see in the background the James River is not frozen this time. It's gotten up into the last Friday. It actually got up to be in the 70s. Crazy. In the 70s. After it was snow. And then got down cold enough again and we had another snowstorm. Which means more snow days for me. Which I'll take it, because in the past 2 weeks I've worked 2 days. We had 2 days. But it stinks, and now we're going to lose President's Day off, and we're just going to, although, it might snow that weekend, we might get a 3-day weekend out of it after all. So, anyways, I'll get to the point. As you can obviously tell, this is not a normal Friday fish video, because unless they're back there in that rather frigid James River, or it's the rare and elusive forest snowfish, which by the way is not a real thing, I'm just making it up. There's gonna be no fish in this video once again, but instead I want to talk to everyone about something that's been bugging me recently, and that's human fry. Kids, children, my students. It's been brought to my attention about some of the things that students have been saying to each other, and it's just messed up. Like, yeah, I was bullied as a kid, and I was picked on. I was called Shamu, Thunder Thighs, Porky Pig. That's making fun of my stuttering. I was made fun of for my stuttering, for being overweight, for being smart, for not getting in trouble, for all that stuff. Goody, all that stuff. Teacher's pet. And, but that's the worst that was ever said. But kids these days, which makes me feel old by saying that, are coming up with some new and inventive ways to bully each other. And it's just messed up, and it's really bothering me. So, I have been thinking about, it's been bothering me a lot recently. There you see the winter sun behind me. It's been bothering me a lot recently, and how I can help my students and other students, middle school age kids, out there with dealing with the bullying. And I'll just go over a few examples of things that kids these days are dealing with from bullies and from what they're saying, and it really bothers me, the messed up things that the bullies are saying to them. So, how do I deal with things? I deal with things using humor. I use humor as a defense. I've been using humor as a defense probably ever since high school, I know, maybe even middle school. The difference is, I wasn't very funny in middle school, and I know I'm not that funny now. But I've given my students a few ideas or examples of how ways that they can deal with the bullies and things that they can say. And I want to share them with you. I want to share them with your kids, any kids that are watching this, nationwide or worldwide, and how you can hopefully help to put those bullies back in their place and have them so they never mess with you again. And the way is humor. And one of the biggest ways to use it in your defense is to make the bully, like, socially, you have to say this around other students, around other kids, to make sure that bully never wants to come pick on you again. And the thing is, you're not really saying anything that's embarrassing the bully or being mean, but you're going to make him feel super awkward, and that's the key. You're not being mean, because 2 wrongs don't make a right. You're not going to physically harm them, obviously, because that's assault and battery. You're just defending yourself using humor. So anyways, here's a few examples and ways, some arrows in your quiver, if you will, to defend yourself against bullies. And I hope this helps. So, one example. A bully says to a student, "You smell." Well, what can that student say? Let's say I'm the student, okay? Well, I was trying to smell. I thought it would keep you away from me, but apparently you just can't resist being around me. I'm sorry. You're just making me feel a little awkward. You're creeping on me all the time, stalking. Please, but I guess it isn't working. I guess you're just liking me way too much. So I guess I gotta up my stink game. So I don't know, just something along that effect. It might work. The bully says to me, your family is poor. Well, you say to them, oh, do you think my family is poor because they're lacking you? They don't have you? Do you want to be a part of our family? I'm warning you, my Aunt Ruby, she pinches the cheeks and wears way too much perfume, but they'd love to have you as part of the family. And my Uncle Eddie gets some crazy noogies, so watch out, you've been warned. So, just, hey, you want to come join us for Thanksgiving? If you're welcome to come, if you really want to. There's an extra sheet at the table and plenty of food. Although watch out, because my aunt makes some crazy pork and beans and gives some crazy gas. Anyways, just things like that. You say, invite them to your family. They're not going to want to come join your family. They're not going to want to come meet your Aunt Ruby or Uncle Eddie, which, by the way, are fictional characters. Uncle Eddie is based on the character from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So get yourself this one real nice. Anyways, what's another thing they're saying? You smell, you're fat. Okay, you're fat. That's one I dealt with. If I could say this, tell myself when I was in middle school, this is what I would say when people called me fat. It really means a lot to me that you're so concerned about my health. Do you want to be my workout buddy? We can run together. We can spot each other at the gym. And do you want to be my accountability partner for being on a diet, for changing the way we eat? We can text each other. We can be BFFs. Come on. I know that's what you want. And chances are the bully is not going to want that. It would be super awkward. Why would they want to spend more time around you? And what you're doing is they're making themselves feel better by saying that to you. And if you show first off you don't care about what they're saying, it doesn't bother you, that brings them down a little bit. And then you say these things in front of other students or in front of other kids to where they're feeling awkward. Woo, that just ruined their game. Guess what? They're not going to come pick on you again. That's like going out and eating thorns. Who would do that? A person in their right mind. I mean, I know goats do, but people don't. No one's that stupid to go out and eat thorns. Why would you go do something that's going to hurt, that you know that's going to hurt you socially? All right, so let's see. Fat, smelly, poor family. What else is it? Oh, here's the one that when I heard this one, when I hear students say this, or I see it said, this one really ticks me off. I mean, really ticks me off. It makes me super angry. Oh, I gotta take my hat off. I'm steaming so much right now. Oh my gosh, gotta do this one. For real, I'm steaming. Unzip the jacket. When one kid says to another kid, go kill yourself. For real? What the heck is that? Come on. My people I grew up with said some messed up things to me. My friends said some pretty messed up things sometimes. But never go kill yourself. For real, people, come on. So here's the only way I have come up with that I can think of to deal with that in a humorous way. And trust me, that's not funny, but this is the best thing I can think of. It's not funny, by the way. So, bully says to a kid, says to you, go kill yourself. But then you'd miss me too much, and you'd be really sad. And who would be your friend? I wouldn't do that to you because I just don't want you to be sad the rest of your life. I just want to be here for you for forever. So just let me know whenever you need a friend. And that's the best thing I can come up with. Because something that low, a person that says that obviously has some issues. Obviously, they're the person that's wrong. They're the person that has the problem, not you. And just know that. An update on my bullies, they stopped bullying me in like 10th grade. It finally ended. They tried to light my hair on fire in the locker room. They weren't successful at that, but they were successful at lighting my gym shirt on fire while I was wearing it. That was about the last bullying incident that I dealt with. And by the way, obviously that's assault and battery. Assault is the threat of violence that makes a person worry for their own safety, and battery is the actual acting on the violence on the person. There's a helicopter flying over, so you might not, just kidding, you might not hear me for a while. It's a National Guard helicopter, I think. So, anyways, then the bullies kind of left me alone forever, actually. And then I was in government class senior year with one of my main bullies, and I had forgiven him a long time before that. And we were talking about bullying and things like that, and he told my teacher that, because we were having a discussion about it, and he told her that he used to bully me a lot, and she just looks at me. I was like, yeah, that's the way it happened, and she couldn't believe it. The rest of the class couldn't really believe it. They had no idea. And so then we graduated high school, and I saw him every once in a while. And every time he saw me, he apologized for it. And I told him, I was like, I forgave you a long time ago. I appreciate the apology, but what didn't kill me made me stronger. And no hard feelings. I said, I forgave you a long time ago. You need to forgive yourself. And I really honestly did. Obviously, I didn't forget about it. But one other benefit, but light at the end of the tunnel in that bad situation was now I can use that as an example for my students. I can use it for anyone that's watching this video. I grew up, and now I know I went through all that. I got physically beaten up, punched in the face, arm, pinned in the bus, ganged up on 4-to-1. Things were said to me, and I know that if I can go through that as a kid, there's nothing anyone can say to me now as an adult that's going to hurt my feelings. So go for it. Troll all you want to. Comment below. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You're just going to make yourself look bad. That's why I have no problem putting myself out here on YouTube, making videos about this. I don't care. Another way that I dealt with it, that I would tell myself back at that time, is take the power away from the bully. I finally learned if I made light of my weaknesses in their eyes before they couldn't say anything. If I made fun of myself for stuttering, and at the time the movie Happy Gilmore was out, and Billy Madison, and I called myself Sergeant Stutter, or today, Junior, if I was stuttering, what are the people around me gonna say? Nothing. I took the power away from them. If I knew that they were about to say something about my weight, and we're at the pool, I'd say, all right, everybody, warning, about to take my shirt off, you're about to see Shamu on the beach. They'd be like, that's crazy. What are they gonna say? If I'm making light of it, what are they gonna say? Nothing. So that's another thing. You don't want to overdo it, because then it makes you seem like you're always picking on yourself. So just make light of it, just one quick joke, and that's what worked for me. Use humor as a defense. Don't stoop to their level. Two wrongs don't make a right. You're a better person than that. Use humor. Make them feel awkward. Make them feel kind of embarrassed. Not socially completely ruined, just momentarily embarrassed, but extremely awkward. That's my tip. That's what I think would have gotten me through as a middle schooler. So, hope you all found that helpful. I know this wasn't my usual fish video, but sometimes I just feel like I've got to make more of an impact. I feel like what my videos should have more of a purpose than what they do. And yeah, I have some super red Bristol-nose Plecos that look like they're getting ready to breed. I could have made a video about that, but this was just hitting my heart a lot more, and I just had to talk about it. And but yeah, like I said, I feel like videos sometimes I just gotta talk from the heart and just go with it. So hope you found it helpful. Hope that helps you out of some predicaments you get in, or some kid. Please share this with anyone you think might find this helpful. And if you have any questions or anything, or other ways to deal with it, or situations you might be in, kind of thing, message me on Facebook, MrScienceGeek. You can find me there on that page, and message me there. You can follow me on Instagram and DM me at MrScienceGeek. You can email me if you want to, MrScienceGeekChannel@gmail.com. I'll respond as quickly as I can and to the best of my ability. Obviously, I'm not a doctor or psychologist. I'm not going to be able to completely help with some pretty severe situations or whatever, but I'll do my best. And please, if it's a emergency, you definitely need to get some professional help from, licensed psychologist, doctor, therapist, counselor, whatever. But I will do the best that I can if it's something I feel within my ability to help. So contact me those ways if you want to. Don't want to get the messages on Facebook, on YouTube, are kind of not the easiest things to find, so I wouldn't use them. Just contact me through one of those other ways. But anyways, I hope this helped, and hope you have a good weekend, and basically have a good weekend. So stay tuned and stay fishy, people.